Dear students, now I am going to tell you about GPS application in ecology and ecosystem modeling. You know GPS, everyone now we are using GPS in our mobile or else in our car. So for navigation, so we know the multiple applications of GPS. So now I am going to discuss about how we can use this GPS technology in the study of ecology or else in the the application in the ecosystem monitoring. You know GPS, Global Positioning System, is a satellite and ground based radio navigation system that enables the user to determine the accurate locations on the surface of the earth. That's why it is called Global Positioning System. GPS provides accurate positioning and navigation and timing services to worldwide users continuously. So it is a satellite based, you can see. So the signals that is from the satellite. Then there is a monitoring and navigation system operating in the ground, the radio navigation system. So thereby we can locate, you will see the how the location in this cartoon. So we can locate a particular place. For example, if you want locate the place Bangalore, so we can get immediately the map of the Bangalore and it is location marking we will get. So this is how global positioning system works. So Global Positioning System or GPS navigation system was first developed by the United States Department of Defense in 1970s. Primarily, GPS was developed as a military system for military needs. It is developed basically in the to navigate during the military operations. It was later made available to civilians. Now GPS provides continuous positioning and timing information anywhere in the world under any weather condition, because you will find the earth is it is constantly, there are several satellites are they are circulating around the earth and they are constantly giving this information to the users. So this is how we can avail GPS navigation system any corner of this earth. So GPS is made up of three parts or three components. One is satellites orbiting the earth. So there are a constellation of satellites, many satellites orbiting the earth. Then there is a control and monitoring station, you will find, and that is present on the earth, and the receiving end. So we will receive it in our mobile or else we can receive in our car, like that. So what exactly the space segment or satellite segment? There is a constellation of operating satellites that transmit one-way signal that give position of the time. There are many satellites. So that is you have seen in the previous picture. Then there is a control segment. Control segment consists of worldwide monitor and control stations that maintain the satellite in their proper orbit. So this is the control segment. Then the user segment. So user segment consists of the GPS receiver equipment. So it is in our car or else in the mobile, which receives the signal from the GPS satellites and uses the transmitted information to calculate the user's 3D position and to get a map from this. We can get the map where exactly we can locate. So this is what you can see, the user segment. Now GPS, how GPS can be applied, technology can be applied or helpful in ecology. There are number of applications. I just mentioned this few of them. So there are it is so many applications, so one can see the regarding the GPS with respect to the ecology. So to sustain the earth's environment while balancing the human needs requires better planning with more up to date information. So this is very important, the planning of the environmental monitoring, planning and management, all these. So we need update information. So the global positioning system GPS helps in gathering accurate and timely information about our environment. That is the advantage. GPS data collection system is helpful to make analysis of the environmental issues, environmental patterns and trends, environmental issues, pollutions, forest fire, so many aspects you can see. So the environmental patterns, so you will find the climatic changes, all this, the trends, so the all these the biodiversity, all these we can able to collect the data using GPS technology. GPS together with GIS is providing a very powerful, useful data to generate thematic maps with respect to several aspects of the environment. So I have just given a India map, which is the data GPS GIS analysis of precipitable water vapors in a particular time. So this is how we can get a thematic maps with respect to so many aspects, not just to the weather, not just it is regarding pollution state, regarding the amount of forest, agriculture, nature of agriculture, and all these informations we get out from this technology. GPS and GIS software gives better understanding of spatial aspects. So this is, I have already discussed how GIS is giving us a lot of spatial informations and all this. I talked about all this in my previous video. So GPS is helpful in understanding and forecasting changes in the environment. So meteorologists, the weather forecasting department, often use the GPS to determine the atmosphere's water content, which helps them to provide accurate weather forecast. So just the global, the water content, just in this map. So this is through the GPS technology, one can able to give a accurate weather forecast with the use of this GPS. Here in this picture you will find it is GPS is useful in crustal and seismic monitoring. Crustal means earth crust changes. It is not there is lot of changes will be there in the earth crust, and also the seismic monitoring, earthquake and volcano eruptions, all these you can see. Precise positioning information provided for GPS technology enables scientists to monitor the occurrence of seismic activities. So this is the seismic activities before a earthquake in the Nepal. This picture is taken. So all these from the GPS technology. So the Nepal recently there is a severe earthquake. It has disturbed the Kathmandu and places. So this picture, so this will alert us, and so that the sufferings will be minimized and damage will be minimized. GPS evaluation of wildlife, because so many wildlife terrain is such a way we can't get into that and we cannot assess it. So it is impenetrable. So that's why in that condition GPS is helpful in evaluation of wildlife. GPS technology is essential in strategic planning as well as the conservation efforts for the forest. So in this cartoon you will able to see there is a satellite operator, and you can see the GPS collar device you will find in this lion, and there is a ground operator, and there is a location. So we can able to sitting at our home or in our office we can able to locate the movements of these endangered species and all this, so we can't move into their tough terrain, so this GPS will be very helpful. So GPS monitoring endangered species, preservation of endangered species can be facilitated through GPS tracking and mapping. So this is in this the elephant, where you can see the GPS satellite collars are they are inserting, so that they later it will be helpful to track this the movement of this elephant. Similarly, this you will find the collar in this seal, so it is in the movement of this seal in the marine region will be tracked by using such, this is a advantage to conserve the endangered species by tracking their movement. So this is the advantage of GPS technology. GPS is also helpful in track the movement and spread of the oil spill. So the GPS information helpful in tracking floating oil mass into the cleaning team to get to the spill fast, because somewhere in the corner in the ocean, so there may be a shipwreck and there may be a oil spill. So this may be it is creating marine pollution, and it will be it cause lot of the pollution for the marine organisms. So these the bios or the floating mass of this oil spill will be alerted to the rescue team or else the cleaning team. They can locate the place where exactly oil spill with the help of this GPS technology. So this is a 2010 GPS helped to clean up process oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico. So this is how we can now use the GPS technology and to locate the oil spill, and we can speed up the cleaning process. Similarly, GPS tracking system is very helpful in disaster management, environmental disaster management like forest fires. So this is the forest fire GPS system alerted to contain the forest fire in Himachal Pradesh. So this is how GPS application in ecology. So GPS technology helps to understand and forecast changes in the environment. By integrating GPS measurements, meteorologists and atmosphere water content can be determined, improving the accuracy weather forecast. I said this is what I just already mentioned this in my previous slide. GPS tidal tracking, tide track can be done. Measurements of these tides helpful in assess the effects of ocean tides. GPS based methods in evaluation of forest canopy, tracking, logging, you will find where there is the cutting of the trees, and they can be tracked, and who is doing this, and all this information we can track with the help of this GPS technology. So in a overview, so the GPS, the satellite, there are so many satellites are working 24/7. So this is monitor climate changes and human activities, monitor forest health and biomass, pollution and oil spill, wetlands and birds habitat, conservation, migration, all these aspects, and it is marine biodiversity, coral reef health can be monitored, and monitoring national parks and biosphere reserves, the activities there, monitor endangered species and migration of animals, monitor man-made and natural disasters. So all these, so many you can just list out so many applications in the field of ecology. So next I am going to talk about ecosystem modeling. Ecosystem model, the model. So model is very important. So it gives lot of informations to plan. So that is what, for example, there will be if we have some model, the person as a person. So we can we can learn lot of things from him, how he how he, what made him successful in his career or else in that position. So similar here, ecosystem model is a mathematical or graphical representation of ecological system and its functioning. So the scale ranging from individual population to ecological community or an entire biome. So there is it is from a small population you have to have a model of entire biosphere model. So this is not a new concept. Ecosystem modeling is a tool in environment management used since 1970s. Popular models developed in that period with respect to biogeochemical cycles, with respect to food chain, food web, with respect to bioenergetic dynamic models. So just I showed you the model, popular model developed by E.P. Odum. This is the energy movement, or else you can see the energy flow in the ecosystem. That is this is, you have studied this model. So this is a conceptual model developed by E.P. Odum. So ecological modeling is the construction and analysis of mathematical models of ecological processes. So this modeling is the ecological processes can be developed into a model, different variety of models that gives a lot of information and knowledge for the environmental management. Models may be analytical or simulation based or computer based models and are used to understand complex ecological processes and to predict how real ecosystem might change. So we can able to predict the future changes that is occurring in the ecosystem by seeing into the looking into the model. So we can able to understand the complex mechanism of this the functioning of the ecosystem with the help of developing these ecosystem models. Ecosystem models have applications in wide variety of disciplines such as natural resources management and environmental toxicology, how the toxic elements move in the food chain, food web, in the ecosystem, environmental health and agriculture and wildlife conservation. All these aspects we can able to get lot of information by developing models. What are the major model types used in the field of ecology? Are conceptual models, analytical models, simulation or computational models, spatial ecosystem models. So this is an example for conceptual models. So you have studied many such energy flow in ecosystem, food web in ecosystem, food this is a food web in an ecosystem, food chain. So many conceptual models which gives understanding of the functioning of the ecosystem. It is just to understand the conceptual model. Then analytical model, so this is to analyze, this involves a lot of mathematical formulations and all. So this is the analytical model to assess the damage occurred in a particular time point, or else what will be to forecast. So all these you can see the mathematical model can be developed, and this is analytical model. Then simulations or computational models. So many data from spatial information, DIS, GIS, topology, GPS, then so many data informations now is available, information about the geo informations, bio informations, so many. So all this together we can able to put it into a computer, and we can derive so many models, computer models. So these are useful to assess so many aspects. So this is a biotic, abiotic components, different informations, data, all these are put into the computer, and we can use some software to derive so many models with respect to weather forecasting, or with respect to the agricultural planning, with respect to the forest fire. So many things we can These are called simulation model. And we have studied spatial models, so many, how we can get with the using GIS remote sensing technology, we can able to geographical information system. So we can use different types of models. We just I discussed all different spatial ecosystem models in my previous video. So what are the applications of ecosystem modeling? Spatial ecosystem models are useful for integrated assessment. These will support policies and management practices aiming to environmental sustainability. So it is helping the government to plan properly, so or the Department of Environment. Spatial ecosystem models based on GIS, Geographical Information System, GPS, Global Positioning System, and RS, Remote Sensing Technology. These are very helpful to plan, to assess the situations with respect to various aspects of environment. These models are useful in the data calibration, validation, and model analysis, and how we can apply these for evaluation and prediction. So ecosystem models have applications in wide variety of disciplines such as natural resource management, environmental toxicology, environmental health, agriculture, wildlife conservation, and ecosystem management involves a complex array of interacting organisms, process, scientific disciplines, interactions, feedback loops, dependencies between ecosystem components is there. Therefore, this is you can see there are so many aspects in the ecosystem management. So these ecosystem models help to reorganize these multiple levels. So we can able to understand these multiple levels with this model properly. Ecosystem modeling and plotting maps for use in the fields or examine the distribution of soil types in relation to the yield, agricultural yield, or else with respect to the primary productivity or secondary productivity, all this. More complex applications such as vegetation, classification, crop yield, environmental impacts, modeling of surface water drainage pattern, tracking animal migration pattern, etc., can be done using analytical capabilities of GIS and RS remote sensing software. So all these are now the ecology. The ecology is not just with respect to the ecosystem. Lot of technologies are involved to assess this, and in future planning require the knowledge of GIS, GPS, RS, then the computational ecology. All these are very helpful for the the developing suitable models and planning. So dear students, you need to be update with all this technology, then only you will be able to work in this the departments with respect to the ecology or environmental science. Just to for the fun, so this is a cartoon, energy flow in an ecosystem. Thank you.